I hope you are right, Jordan. I hope you're right. Good to know somebody's optimistic. The cars are coming down pit road to set their pit road speed. So we're about to get underway. They made really good time today. I hadn't planned on going live until like 2:10. So we're a little ahead of schedule. I think NASCAR is trying to start the races on time since they have to compete with NFL now. They don't want to go head to head with Sunday Night Football. All right, stage 1, 45 laps, stage 2, 95, and stage 3, 100. Yeah, Bowman is in trouble. Alex Bowman is in so much trouble. I do. Yeah, I watched a ton of football yesterday. Today, I've just been seeing the score updates. Saw the Colts were up 17-0. Pretty good. Welcome, Doodlebug. Good to see you. Let's look at our starting lineup. So, Denny Hamlin on pole, Kyle Larson on the inside. That inside lane's been pretty dead. If you saw the race last night, whoever was on the front inside line, they just couldn't make any ground up. Chase Briscoe third, Ross Chastain fourth, Ryan Blaney fifth, William Byron sixth, Tyler Reddick seventh, Christopher Bell eighth, ninth Austin Cindric, and 10th Zane Smith. So mostly playoff drivers up front. Here we go. Enjoy Illinois. I thought the track was in Missouri. It's an interesting sponsor. All right, green flag from Worldwide Technology Raceway. Yeah, it is in Missouri. Enjoy Illinois. That's crazy. What a crazy sponsor. All right, Denny Hamlin out to a lead. Larson on his tail. Maybe moving to the outside. Not able to make it up there. Hamlin with the lead. It's going to be hard to pass Denny. He's going to aero block like crazy today. I can feel it. Keep your eye on Briscoe. You know, he already has a win. This is a good qualifying spot for him. If he can make it to Phoenix, Briscoe is a threat. I firmly believe that. Good to see Chastain running well. Trackhouse, they haven't been fielding the fastest cars. They're not very consistent on running up front, but Ross has been having better runs lately. And Denny's already out to a half-second advantage. Pretty good, actually. Kyle Busch up to 17th. SVG running 16th. I would figure this track might suit SVG a bit better than most ovals, because it does in 3 and 4 get really tight, which I guess could be more similar to the braking zones of a road course. And with how important track position is in this race, they're really going to be racing it like a road course. Austin Cindric was saying that in his interview yesterday. It's going to be a very track position heavy race, according to him. And if Josh Berry's going to advance, he probably needs to win here. You know, Berry is a guy who came up on short tracks. Even though this is a longer track, it still races more like a short track. All right, Ty Gibbs and Shane Van Gisbergen into each other. That's going to bring Austin Dillon and Brad Keselowski into the conversation. Almost 3 wide into the corner. They are 3 wide. Kyle Larson has closed in on Hamlin. He just can't close. It's it's that dirty air. Gets right on the bumper and just fades. Larson's going to have to try a different line. It's just Denny's running the best line on the track right now. Larson has a run. He's half a car length back. Larson to the right quarter panel. Larson to the lead. Now, can he take the lead? That's really impressive. He was able to get that done on the high side of the track. And this track's just going to get wider and wider throughout the race. The Xfinity race, you know, it started out more single groove and ended up being a multi-groove track. So there we go. The 5 to the lead. Chase Elliott running 19th, so his Hendrick teammate not doing too well. Byron 7th. Where's Bowman? Bowman 29th. Good heavens. Oh, there's... They're showing the Darlington finishes for last week for the Hendrick Motorsports cars. Very bad. Very bad. All right, Larson's out to a half-second advantage now. Now, will he actually be able to pull any kind of a gap? Or is it going to stay right about here? Because you see a lot of times with the next-gen car, guys don't get out to a huge lead. All right, Logano up to 14th. Trying to watch for movement throughout the field. Just see, like, how frequently can cars pass? Looks like Denny's fading. Briscoe trying to make a pass. Briscoe. He may have figured out these Joe Gibbs cars. He's been running pretty good lately. Welcome, David Hunley. Welcome. Good to see you. Oh, yeah, big Denny guy. Denny's holding second right now, but he's racing his teammate, so I'm not sure how long he's going to hold him up. Yeah, it's good start for Denny, so we'll see if they can dial it back in. As long as he keeps the track position, Denny's still in it. Oh, this I can't share the race, sadly. I wish I could. I would love that. The NFL did that for their, I think, their Thursday night game. They had a YouTube watch-along. Like, they had the actual game playing in the background, and it was backed by the NFL. So maybe NASCAR will get on board with that one day. You don't like Alex Bowman anymore? He's having a hard day today, running 29th. Yes, yeah. Bowman's good when he's good. He's good. But he isn't the most consistent. Last week was terrible. And this week looks like it's also going to be terrible. But the Hendrick cars as a whole are pretty bad here. The Hendrick car with the highest average finish, I think, is 8th. And that's Kyle Larson. Alex Bowman has the worst average finish of the Hendrick drivers. That's always something I look at before the race, is I look at the average finish for each driver. You know, how they've been running in the next gen car. Yeah. I need to get an Alex Bowman hat. I have a Larson hat and I have an Elliott hat. I need to get a Bowman hat. I don't know if I'd get an Elliott hat. I like riding on trains. I don't know the models, David. I know there's a lot of people that are really into the trains and know the exact type of engine and exact type of cars and, you know, all the intricacies. But I enjoy riding on them. Subways, light rail, you know, Amtrak commuter rail. You're a rail fan? So do you actually watch the rail cameras? Because I actually use a lot of the rail fan cameras to watch the weather. Thank you so much. King is dead. I we're under commercial. It's a side-by-side. Chastain has fallen back. He's back to 6th. So there is a little movement throughout the field. And it looks like Blaney's closing for 3rd. Interesting. Let's see if Blaney can close in here. The SEC, I think, has 11 teams in the top 25. That's crazy. That's what ESPN just told me. You have a Denny Cup holder? That's really cool. So this is your reminder. If you guys are members of the NASCAR Fan Rewards and you have the NASCAR app, go in there and check in to get your free points. You can redeem it for merchandise, free race tickets, a ride in the pace car. You can wave the green flag. There's a lot of things you can do with the NASCAR Fan Rewards, and it's free. Free to join. Easy to do. If you're watching the races weekly, I cannot recommend the NASCAR mobile app enough. It is worth it. Denny Hamlin's the devil. I like that that 24 HP car. That's interesting. Jeff used to run for Panasonic occasionally, so it's crazy they went with HP now. But I think when Jeff Gordon did the F1 driver swap, I think he drove in a Williams HP car, I think. What's my favorite paint scheme? Jeff Gordon's Flames car. I'll show you. I don't know how many points I have. Every year it resets, so you have to spend your points at the end of the year. If I was able to carry them over, I would have a ton of points. You have the rainbow car as a keychain. I have a big one of those. Can I do a Roblox stream? I've actually had a few people ask that. So we may look into it. I've actually seen a lot of people playing NASCAR games on Roblox lately. I've been monitoring the games. I haven't kept up with them too much. I saw the Colts were up 17-0 at one point in the game, so that's actually really cool. Because I was worried. I was worried. Thank you. Thank you. The green screen doesn't like it. The colors interfere. Uh-oh. Oh, no, 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 no. Kyle Busch around. We stay green. Caution is out. All right, I'll copy that down. I don't have Roblox currently, but I mean, yeah, it's easy to download if I ever decide to get back into it. All right, I have your name saved. Thank you, Doodlebug. That is rough. That's rough. Poor Kyle Busch. You played backstretch battles? I think I actually saw someone playing that the other day. Or actually today. It was in a YouTube short. Is that the one where, like, everybody's drafting up to each other and wrecking each other? They're up 20-0. That's good, Jared. That's good. Well, we're under caution for the first time today. So Kyle said apparently, so the Kyle's crew chief was like, it looks like you're fighting rear security issues. And Kyle said, well, it depends on what line you run. Apparently that line was a bad one. That's a hilarious line by Kyle. Yeah, Bush went around, Denny Hamlin fan. Denny Hamlin fan. David is also a Denny Hamlin fan, so there's two of you here. That's crazy. Raiders up 17-10 on the Patriots. Steelers up 31-26 on the Jets. Bengals up 1 point on the Browns. Cardinals 20-10 versus the Saints. Commanders up 14-6 on the Giants. Buccaneers up 17-13 on the Falcons. And the Jaguars are up 17-3 on the Panthers. How about that? I love the ESPN app. The King is Dead is not a Denny Hamlin fan. Well, our buddy, he went to the NASCAR race with us in the spring. He's a Denny Hamlin fan. So there's at least 3 of you out there. And Javier said Bush just lost it. Yep. I feel like Bush is trying to outdrive his car constantly. And so that leads him to make those mistakes. All right, the leaders are staying out. Except for Larson. Larson came in, but Hamlin stayed out. Briscoe stayed out. I wonder if Bowman will stay out to get track position. Or if he's going to come in and make adjustments. All right, I mean, Austin Cindric said this was going to be more of a track position race, so maybe this is the right call for Hamlin and Briscoe to stay out. Hamlin fan said he's met Bill Murray before in a hotel. That's really cool. That's really cool. Bill Murray is a funny guy. The most hilarious like cameo he's had was in Zombieland. If you've seen that, where they go into this big mansion and they see Bill Murray and they think he's a zombie, but he's just old. You don't like Byron's scheme? I think it's all right. It's different than the usual. I like it better than that red one. I forget which sponsor it is. It's not Exalta. I know there's at least 3 people that like Denny Hamlin. And a lot of people have a complex opinion on Denny Hamlin. I'm one of these. I don't like him on the track, but off the track, he is very outspoken and he's a leader. And when NASCAR does something that isn't good, he's not afraid to call it out. Did LSU win? Yes, they did. It wasn't a pretty win, but it was almost a shutout. They scored last in the last quarter. So it ended up, I think, 23-7. Oh, you like his Raptor schemes? I prefer his Exalta schemes. I have some good ones. I'll pull them out. I love this one. And this one was from the, if you guys remember when they did the iRacing at Texas? This was William Byron's iRacing car. And this one is the Kobe Bryant tribute car. If you guys remember that? The first race at Auto Club after Kobe Bryant passed away. Early pick to win the race. I stay away from picks. Yeah, Kyle Busch usually runs really well at Gateway. He's finished, I think he finished second one time, maybe. He won another and finished 8th. I forget what it is, but he has a really high average finish here. I was looking at that last week. Now I've already forgot. Now you have Penske. Yeah, Blaney looks really strong towards the end of that run. Like Larson. Oh, wow. Larson making great moves. Oh, my goodness. Larson, so 13 to go in the stage. Your early pick is AJ? AJ running in 27th, 26th. So it looks like Bowman pit because he's running 25th. So that's positive improvement. Hopefully the car runs better. Larson is moving through the field. Right now, I think Larson has the best car. But Blaney's on old tires, so on equal tires, he may have the best car. I don't know. We've just seen Larson able to make passes in the low side and the high side. And the longer this race goes, the more grooves will open up. And so if your car can run all over the track, it's going to make passing a lot easier. Yeah, 3 wide. That's what a crazy move. That's how this next gen car is. Oh my goodness. Larson's already back up to 3rd. Crazy. Briscoe in the lead currently. If AJ wins, you get a good payday. Are you into that sports betting scene? I am not a sports bettor. I'm a sports watcher. Oh, Josh Berry around. Oh my goodness. Josh Berry's out of the... He's out. He's out. He can win next week, but he's out. He's done. How about that? I thought he could have had a good day today. Oh, it's done. He's done. It's over. The left front wheel has fallen off. These next-gen cars are so fragile. The body looks pretty good, but the rest of the car is destroyed. I think Chase spun him. I think Chase spun him out. Chase Elliott just took out Josh Berry. It was a very small little piece of contact. Just enough to get Berry loose. But these next-gen cars, there's no cushion. When you go around, you just go around. Unless your right rear hits the wall first, you're going to lose it. That's crazy. Josh Berry had one good race this year. A single good race. Yeah, Chase is crazy. Let's see what's going on the NASCAR Twitter. See if we have any replays. All right. So I have our first replay of the race. This is of the Kyle Busch incident. Well, brought out the caution last time. This is going to group the field back up. So Larson may pounce here. The Raiders are about to score. So I think that they had a lead. Yeah. So that might, I mean, there's still time, but it could end the game. You think AJ can bounce there? Doodlebug said Barry's not making the round of 12. Yeah, I don't really see that happening either at this point. Oh wow, I didn't see this. 45 avoids big trouble. Loose wheel gets tightened on pit road by the 11 crew before Reddick leaves pit road, but I guess he has to start at the tail end. I don't like teams doing this. If you have a loose wheel, you need to be punished. Because if you're a single car team, whose box do you stop in? Or if you're the first car in pit road and you take off with a loose wheel, you can't stop in someone else's box. It's over. So no, like other guys shouldn't be allowed to do that either. Tighten the wheel in your box or face the consequences. And maybe, this is a wild idea, go back to the 5 lug system and we wouldn't have this stupid problem. Yeah, Doodlebug said Larson has 3 wins this year. Yeah. I think, what, Denny and SVG are the only ones with 4? We haven't seen Denny Hamlin start to choke yet. So this could be his year. A lot of people have Denny in their championship 4. Have a pit stall for stuff like this. To do that, though, you would have to make the first pit stall be, you know, a catch-all. And I guess that would be fine. But I think at a lot of tracks, they wouldn't have enough stalls for that. They're not. I don't think they'll do it, but I think the best thing to do is just go back to 5 lugs. The 5 lugs are iconic. That makes NASCAR NASCAR. This single lug stuff is stupid. Look at that, Doodlebug. Look at that. Doodlebug knows stuff. All right, let's see if we have a replay of that Josh Berry incident yet. No, let's just search for Josh Berry. Yeah, there's Steve Sorrento. Good tweet there. Like, the body looks pretty good. These composite bodies hold up, but the suspension in these next-gen cars are just incredibly weak. Braking toe links. It looks like he lost his whole control arm. Oh, here we go. Xfinity Racing. Great follow. They're faster than the NASCAR account. Yeah, rough day for Josh Berry. I think he could have had a really good run today. And Chase Elliott said, nah. Nah. Let's see if Chase takes anyone else out today. Clear the path for Alex Bowman. All right. Outside, Chase Briscoe. Inside, Denny Hamlin. Kyle Larson going on the outside. Kyle might take him 3 wide here. And if Kyle goes for 3 wide, Briscoe may go to block, and that may open the door for Denny Hamlin. So look for that. All right, restarting with 4 to go. Go back to the leaderboard. Chase Elliott, 15th. Alex Bowman up to 22nd. So Alex Bowman's going to miss out on stage points. But he's made his way forward. But Bowman is pretty much in a win-and-you're-in situation. I mean, he is not in a good position. Yeah, SVG up to 11. It's a great day for SVG so far. All right, Larson didn't make any crazy moves here. Denny side drafting Larson, holding him back. Looks like Larson was not able to make the pass there. Looks like he got a little loose. Yo, SVG is crazy. SVG almost wrecked Austin Cindric. And Cindric's just losing so many spots. SVG is crazy. Bowman up to 19th. Dude, almost wrecked Austin Cindric. Yeah. Did SVG finally figure out Noble Track? I figured this one would suit him better, but this is wild. Running top 10 on speed. Like, when have we seen that from SVG? All right, Larson at the quarter panel. 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank.
White flag, 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank.
They're door to door. Briscoe back to the lead. Briscoe's going to hold on and get this stage win. What a move from Briscoe to hold on there. There we go. Chase Briscoe first. Kyle Larson second. Denny Hamlin third. William Byron fourth. Ryan Blaney fifth. Bubba Wallace sixth. Seventh, Christopher Bell. 8th, Ross Chastain. 9th, Zane Smith. And 10th, Chase Elliott. So I think our only non-playoff driver in the top 10 was Zane Smith. Good day for Zane Smith so far. Do I want to win Packers or Lions? One of my buddies is a Packer fan. So I would be excited for him if the Packers won. I think he actually owns a share of the Packers. I don't know how much they are, but they send you a certificate. You have like one of 50,000 shares of the Packers. All right, we're under commercial again. Let's take a look at the Twitters. See if we have any other updates. We'll just search NASCAR and see what people are saying. Boop. So this is why you brought Bill Murray up. I saw that he was the Grand Marshal. It's a pretty good command by Bill Murray. What worldwide technology? They have money. Money is their worldwide technology. That's a great call by Bill Murray. That's great. I didn't know if he would be, excited for it. Name a country. Europe. Checkmate. You've only seen Bill Murray in Space Jam? Bill Murray's a hilarious actor. Groundhog Day is an all-time classic. If you haven't seen Groundhog Day, that's a must-watch. Like Ghostbusters. You haven't seen Ghostbusters? I'll be right back, guys. All right, Chase Briscoe, first off pit road. Hamlin, Bell, Blaney. So, I wonder if a lot of guys stayed out. It looks like, Briscoe was able to hold the lead on older tires, so I don't like the call to stay out there. In terms of Hamlin and Briscoe and everyone staying out. His track position, if it's as important as Austin Cindric claimed, they're going to be starting behind the 8 ball here. Take a look. How are they scored right now? Larson, Byron, Wallace, Smith, Elliott, Gibbs, Eric Jones, Chris Buescher, Joey Logano, and Carson Hocevar. Alex Bowman up to 11th. So let's look. Where's the first driver that pits? I think Chase Briscoe back there scored in 25th. Not great. They're going to have to get around, all these guys to get back up to where they were. That's a lot. But we'll see. We already have two different strategies emerging. You went 49ers over Seahawks and Broncos over Titans? Yes. I also went Broncos over Titans. I'm not a Titans fan. Yeah, Jeff Gordon's definitely going to win today's race. He's a solid bet. Colts beat the Titans. That's great. Daniel Jones, 22 of 29, 272, 1 tutty. It's a good day. Tua, 14 of 23, 114 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's good stuff. That's crazy. The track really is right next to the Gateway Arch. It's right there. That's pretty nuts. Normally when a track is named like Atlanta, it's 30 minutes outside of town. Or Nashville, also like 30 minutes outside of town. Gateway, it's right there. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I would love to visit the Gateway Arch, but I don't want to go back to Missouri. I really don't want to go back to St. Louis. They're interviewing Josh Berry right now. They cut off Chase Berry's interview to go to commercial. King is dead. You want to chime in there about the state of Missouri? I share that sentiment. The best thing that's come from Missouri is my dog. Dude, I don't know if DirecTV just ran ads on their own, but I just got 2 ads. They cut off Barry's interview, and then they came back. They cut a commercial short to come back to Steve Letarte talking. That was really weird. Did anyone else just see that? Was that just me? My bad, guys. Let's go throw the leaderboard back up there. You think Nebraska's a good state? I don't have anything against Nebraska. They're chill. All right, restarting. Lap 52 coming to lap 53. Kyle Larson leading them off. Alex Bowman running P11's the best he's run all day. Can he hold or gain positions here? Just me. That's crazy. It must have just been something DirecTV did. Like they were right in the middle of Josh Berry's interview and bam, cut to commercial. Well, I'm watching through USA's website. Through my DirecTV. So that maybe USA's website just throws in random ads. Yeah, the safer barriers were a great innovation. Probably saved countless lives. The AJ, 13th now. I don't see it happening, but if it does, good for you. SVG back to 30th. He must have pit with the rest of the leaders. Bubba Wallace into 2nd place. Zane Smith 4th. Great day for Zane Smith. Eric Jones running 6th. Jones has been running pretty well lately. Whew. Chase Elliott backed up that corner a ton. You love Bubba? I have one Bubba, no, two, maybe 2 Bubba Wallace diecast. Both Richard Petty throwbacks. The Hamlicker just passed Herps. Hamlin running 25th right now. Where's Briscoe? Briscoe's back up to 17th. So Briscoe's working his way through the field. You also have 2 bubble diecasts. I don't have any from his time at 2311. Both of mine are 43 cars. One of the cars he threw it back to, I have the original. So I have them displayed side by side. All right, Bowman 16 below the cut line. And Cindric's probably not going to stay in 21st, so he's further away. Bowman needs stage points here. Bad. Who's our 2021? So that was, I guess, his first year at 2311. Bubba's still holding second. Hasn't been a ton of movement lately up front. Bowman just needs to hold this. If he can move up through the field, that'd be great for him, but not a lot of passing on track right now. But Zane Smith trying to make a move. Oh no, Elliott's going around him. Yeah, so Chase Elliott moving up through the field, Zane Smith falling back. I thought Zane Smith was pushing up through the field. Yeah, it's crazy to think. Oh my goodness, Chase Briscoe just locked it up. Briscoe just wrecked Daniel Suarez. Chase Briscoe locked his tires and wrecked Daniel Suarez. Caution. Caution on the speedway. Chase just missed the corner. You do not miss the FedEx schemes. I miss the old FedEx schemes. Back when they used to switch the colors for FedEx Ground, FedEx Air, FedEx Express. Or all the different, you know, whatever it was. That was really cool. So you'd have like an orange and black. You'd have a purple and black. The white FedEx scheme, I didn't care for. That's crazy. Briscoe just murdered Suarez. No replay of it yet. But we do have just a picture of his car. You guys like that car? It definitely looks like an autumn themed car. Or maybe like a pancake. Oh yeah, it's a waffle. That's a waffle car, right? Like that's the waffle, that's the syrup. Chase Briscoe just wrecked the waffle car. That's a crime. That's a crime. You can't wreck the waffle car. See if anyone has a replay of that yet. No, nothing yet. Briscoe's gonna lose a ton of positions here. Briscoe may have just sunk his day. Bubba also down pit road. He's gonna lose a ton of positions. You're watching. Why is watching in air quotes? Oh, your youngest. Okay. I didn't see that one. That's good. Start him young. You get some scotch tape to hold his eyes open. Indoctrinate him. Your TV just froze? That's not good. Interesting. A dog that likes Kyle Busch. Hope you're doing well today. Why is Flight 11 trending? Oh, Starship Flight 11. I was like, 9/11? I have an appointment on the Arsenal on 9/11. You get both your TVs froze? Are you guys both on YouTube TV? I did not have that issue. Still no replay of the Suarez incident. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, Chase Briscoe just locked up. Got into the corner. And Suarez into the wall. Still no replay. Great crowd there. Great crowd at Gateway. World WeatherTech Raceway. No, World WeatherTech. Worldwide Technology. I think WeatherTech every time. I don't know why. Worldwide Technology. That's crazy. That's crazy. I wonder if it was all of YouTube TV or just this channel. Interesting. I bet a ton of people are tuned in right now watching the opening day of NFL. You know, they had what, 2 other games? But today is really the big day. As soon as the cameras yeah, Chase Briscoe, he had issues on pit road, so he probably lost a ton of positions. All right, we're gonna restart. I guess maybe coming to lap 21. We'll see. All right. When we get a replay, we'll show it, but for now, we'll go back to the leaderboard. All right, here we go. Kyle Larson leading them back off. William Byron on the inside. Chase Elliott behind Larson. Zane Smith behind Byron. Larson back to the lead. Denny just made up a ton of track position. That's huge for Denny Hamlin. Yo, Hocevar. It would be hilarious if Hocevar wrecked someone. Well, Byron's about to lose P2. Yeah, SVG is out there going crazy. He's finally running well in the oval, and he has no clue what to do at the front of the pack. Right now, SVG is on the outside looking in. That's crazy. Chase Briscoe almost took out Gregson there. He started washing up the track. That could have went very wrong very fast. Byron's falling back. Byron's going to lose a few positions here. Watch. Golly. Yeah, Byron, he's trying to run that inside line, and it's just not working for him. Just no speed. The smartest thing for Byron to do would be to tuck in behind these two. The longer he runs side by side with Bell, the closer that's going to bring Hocevar. Yeah, they get crazy on the restarts. Yeah, he's definitely fighting the handling. Taco Bell. They have two Chevys up front and two Toyotas behind them. Bubba's making up great track position. He pit under that last cycle, I think, and then now he's all the way back up to 6th. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Hamlin back up into the top 10. Bowman back to 11. No stage points for him right now. Zane Smith moving backwards. Falling off. So SVG thinks he has a flat tire. This could derail SVG's good day he had going on. He needs a caution now. He may be the caution. That's right. Busch has lost 8 positions in the restart. Shane Van Gisbergen 15. Ty Dillon's also lost 8 positions. That's rough. Golly. Why? Why, Kyle? Why? You could have went anywhere else. You could have taken less money and stayed at Gibbs, but you didn't. Why? Why go to RCR? Good night. Yeah, SVG back to 26th currently. If he has to pit, he's going to lose a ton of time. Go at least a lap down. Nagano's moving up slowly. Some of it's just track position, but not a bad race. Bowman to 10th. Bowman got around Zane Smith. Bowman's running faster lap times than Hocevar right now. Maybe Bowman can close in. Grab 9th position. That's right. Go Tigers. There we go. Caution on the speedway. Ty Dillon around. Well, another caution. This has been a caution-filled stage 2. We get about 10 laps in, and it's just cautions. Cautions breed cautions. But this one, did he lose it or did he receive contact? All right, let me take a look at the Twitters, see if we have any replays. Yes, we have a replay of the Chase Briscoe incident. Oh, Ty Dillon got turned. Austin Dillon turned Ty. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Ty Dillon lost the war. The Ty Dillon incident was kind of similar to this Suarez incident. Austin Dillon was below Ty and took him out. Yeah, I'm glad. Rogers looked pretty good from the plays I saw. Still throwing pretty good passes. Mobility looked decent. Austin wrecked his brother. Crazy. That 51 of Cody Ware. I love that paint scheme. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Brother on brother crime. All right. A few cars came in, but a ton of cars stayed out. So these guys are going to have to fight through track position. Bowman is staying out. This is huge. This might backfire. This might backfire. No, a ton of cars stayed out, so he has a cushion. But a lot of the cars behind Bowman have already pit. So they're going to have fresher rubber. So can Bowman hold this track position? There we go. This is a picture of the Ty Dillon incident. I see this battle off pit road. Chase Elliott off first. Larson second. Tyler looks like... Oh, no. Bell got off first. I didn't even see him. That's how fast he got out. So Bell took two. Oh, dear. Is that a penalty for Tyler Reddick? No, okay. They saved it. They saved it. Well played. Good night. Host of our Ty Gibbs getting real close on pit road. Cody Ware wins the championship. Yeah, he's a lock. Cody Ware on the Mount Rushmore of NASCAR. The Madagascar car. Yeah, NASCAR used to have some crazy sponsors, especially for like movie deals like that. See if we have an update on this. See if we can get a replay. That's what Colin tweeted out. That's good. That's good. Some of these social media teams on NASCAR are great. Just hilarious. That's funny. Poor Ty Dillon. I mean, there is a country. There is a country. But I'm more familiar with the movie. and they had a movie car. And it was awesome. You know, I don't know if I want to imagine that. So under commercial break here. So no replay of the Ty Dillon incident. Let's go ahead and take a look at our leaderboard again. All right, coming back from commercial. Next week, Bristol. Thursday, we have a truck race. Friday, we have the Xfinity race. And Saturday at 6:30, we have the Cup race. So the Cup race is probably going to go head-to-head with LSU football. Why do they keep doing this to me? Ah! It's at the same time. So I may miss next week's race. I may have to do one of those streams where I miss half the race. LSU plays again at 6:30. So Byron has a little damage on the left front. That may have been enough to throw off the handling. That could be what's hurting his car. I think it was at Darlington. Larson got a slight contact on the nose, and it ruined his day. Up front, Bubba Wallace and Joey Logano. Denny Hamlin's made his way back to third, and Bowman will roll off fourth. Not sure what I've taken the inside here, but he's going to just try to hold track position, I guess. If Bowman could get stage points here, it would be massive. But there's a long way to go in this stage. Joe Gano. One time the graphic froze and it just said Joe Ogan. I have that saved to my phone. Joe Ogan. As they run now, Elliott is on the cut line. Bowman, -4. That's crazy stuff. SVG 17 below as they run. That caution really benefited SVG. I bet he came down and fixed whatever the issue was, or at least diagnosed it. All right. Bubba leads them off. Able to get the lead pretty easily. Bowman almost spun himself off the nose of Blaney. Bowman's about to fall through this field. He's trying to make a pass. He got around Hamlin. I thought he was about to start falling back. Yeah, Kevin Harvick used to be the Hunt Brothers pizza guy. Bowman has the lowest average finish at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Gateway. The 24 just got into Hocevar. So now he has damage on the left front and the right front. Great job, Byron. Great job. All right. Hamlin's trying to repass Bowman. It looks like he will clear Bowman. Bowman back to P4. Yeah, that's right. You have to even out the damage. That's a good way to think about it. I bet that helped the balance. Byron's just gonna run through the field now. Byron back in 21st. Briscoe back in 20th. A lot of good cars towards the back right now. Larson back up to P13. It is a wasp nest in the back. Good heavens. A lot of guys on new tires trying to make their way through the field. Oh my goodness. They went 3 wide. Chris Buescher may have had some slight contact. I wouldn't be too happy if I was Chris Buescher. He just got used up. Yep. Oh, no, it's Priest, not Buescher. Yeah, that's Priest. All right. Bowman probably about to lose 4th position. Blaney's closing in. It's so long to go in this stage. I don't know how much Bowman's going to gain from this. Yeah. All Bowman has to do is damage the left rear, and he'll have damaged the whole car. Christopher Bell's moving through the field. I don't know. Bowman will be lucky to get stage points here. Does Bowman try to run to the end of the stage? Or if there's a caution, or let's say 10 to 20 to go, does he come in then and try to finish the race in a higher position? May have some strategy here. Like half the pack is on a completely different strategy as the other half. So very interesting race so far in terms of the pit strategy. Bubba Wallace still leading. Denny in 3rd, and Bowman for now is held 4th, but Blaney's still battling. I don't know how long Bowman can do this. All right, Blaney's gotten to the inside. He's been able to get to Bowman's right rear quarter panel, but not able to seal it on corner exit. Bowman exits just so much better in the line he's running. Just how long can these older tires hold on? Because Bell is closing. Bell's going to break this battle up. Watch it. Watch it. Because Bell is moving through the field. Bell had a great start to the year. Hasn't really done much since, so maybe this is Bell's day. Get back in victory lane. All right, under commercial here, side by side. Let's see if we have a replay of the Ty Dillon incident. We do. Look at the Ty Dillon incident. Heavy contact there. Cody Ware. Not full time. He might on occasion, but I don't think so. Let's run that back. That's crazy. Brother on brother violence there. You think he should retire from Cup and just go to Xfinity? I mean, as long as his dad will pay for him to drive around and, you know, dead last in Cup, probably stay in Cup. Because Cup money is a lot different than Xfinity and truck money. They don't make, you know, crazy amounts. Herbs, yeah, Herbs should probably just stay in Xfinity. Obviously, this next-gen car does not suit him. And he hasn't even shown signs of promise. Like, I forget he exists. I see him on the leaderboard, and it scares me. I'm like, oh, who's that? Oh, my goodness. Who let this stranger into my Cup series? The live odds to win right now have Larson at the top, Bell second. Bowman not on the list. That's hilarious. Yep. Bowman lost 2 positions. I called it. Bell broke up that battle. Maybe Gibbs. Gibbs is a really good driver. He proved that in Xfinity. He proved that winning, I think at the Daytona Road Course, right? I think that's where he won. So, Gibbs can get it done. I just don't think... the next-gen car suits him very well. And that's a lot of drivers. A lot of drivers, the next-gen car just does not suit. Yeah, yes, Daytona has a road course. That's where they run the Rolex 24. If you played through Gran Turismo 7, you've probably driven the Daytona road course. Or drove. What would be the correct word there? You've probably... Driven sounds better. Yeah. Bowman, 11 points under the cut line currently. He is joking. He knows what the Rolex is. He wanted to go this next year, but he did not get the clearance. Man, that'll... Let's see that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you'll still be off work then. You will be off work that week. What a shame you didn't get clearance. I mean, rookies traditionally struggle anyway. I think there's a bigger talent gap than there's ever been between Cup and Xfinity. Because there's not a ton of Cup drivers running with them. Thank you, Faithful in Jesus. Thank you. When is it again? It's towards the end of January, beginning of February. I don't know exactly when it is. Yeah, Wednesday, January 22nd to Sunday, January 26th. But I think it's really Thursday to Sunday. Wednesday, I'm not sure they do much. October. You're not taking your whole 6 months? You're going back to work quick. All right, Bowman's still holding on to second. Larson's closing, though. Larson's going to get by him here. So Bowman will probably slide back to 7th. I thought you got 6 months. $12. That sucks. That sucks. $12's pretty good, though, I guess. Gets you out of that newborn stage. I think the Canadian military gets at least 6 months off. I remember them talking about their maternity and paternity leave. And it's like really good. It was like 6 or 9 months, something like that. Crazy. They were pretty chill. Made me dislike Canadians a little less, but they're probably the good ones. I don't trust the rest of them. What are they doing up there? Up that north. Up to no good. All right, we're under commercial again, side by side. Bubba Wallace still holding the lead. Hamlin is closing on Logano, though. Great move for Logano to, keep this track position. He's held it really well. Logano started further back in the field, and, he's up in second. On equal tires, Logano might be a threat. Looks like these Penske cars kind of have something figured out. Blaney running well. Cindric was running well. I guess he's 10. That's still pretty good. And Josh Berry, Chase Elliott murdered him. So he doesn't count anyway. AJ up to 26. That's great. Well on his way to a win. SVG 28th currently. Not great. Even though in the fresh rubber, he hasn't made up any ground, really. Cody Ware. Not last. That's my GOAT. Bowman's about to get passed by Larson. He already has. Hey. I was looking at the data up here. I look back over it. The pass has already been made. So he has a little cushion back to 8th. Can he hold that? So he's running a 34-1 getting past. So they may be running about even. Ross is running faster lap times. So is Busher. So I don't know. I don't know. Man, Chastain moving up too. Moving up quick. I don't even know if I can repeat that comment, Doodlebug. What about it is weird? Yeah, Cody drives a Ford. So is Custer going to become a Chevy driver? That's the rumor. That's the rumor. Unless Chevy puts another driver in his position. Because Custer's been with Ford for ages. You know, through Xfinity and into Cup and then back to Xfinity and back to Cup. So it would be pretty huge for him to switch over to Chevy, but we've seen that before. Depends on if Haas wants to keep him on, I guess. It's just a little odd because there's not that many Ford teams. And I thought the reason that Haas stayed was to keep Ford, you know, having an additional team. And now they're leaving. So it's like a little weird. You know, there's already a ton of Chevy teams. I don't know. He said no, Doodlebug. That's what we're talking about. All right, Bell got around Hamlin. Logano's still holding second. Question mark. Byron 14th, Elliott 15th. Kind of middays. Elliott's close to that cut line. He needs to shape up. Briscoe hasn't recovered that well either. Dude, I am very impressed by Joey on this run. What a great recovery from how they started. Bowman, you know, also good, but Joey's up there second and holding off probably one of the better cars in the field on older tires. That is pretty good. Bubba's kind of pulling off with it. I guess Joey's holding up the field. So even, you know, Christopher Bell has the better car. But even with the better car and fresher tires, he's not able to get by Logano. Welcome back, Turtle VR. Welcome back. All right, Byron up to 13th. Can Byron get some stage points here? 22 to go. He's 2 seconds back from Austin Cindric. I don't think he's getting there. Yeah, Bubba Wallace's home track is Talladega, so we legally have to like him. It irritates me, the reception Bubba gets at Talladega, because That's his home track, and drivers usually get a warm reception at their home track, and he doesn't. Got a mouse in my pocket always. Back when I used to own dwarf hamsters, I literally had one in my pocket. That is crazy. They're showing and they're just like they're explaining how Joey Logano is aero blocking here. They need to remove the camera from these next-gen cars. They need to take the camera off. It's stupid. Or allow the drivers to either use the camera or the mirror. You can't have both. It's stupid. Because it promotes this style of racing where you just run on older tires or you're saving fuel and yet you can still block the guy behind you. And Joey is the best at it. Joey is the best aero blocker there is. He used to do it in the old Gen 6 car. If you guys remember, I think it was Kansas 2020, the fall race. Held off Harvick for several laps, even though Harvick had the faster car. That was tough to watch. So Bengals got the win. Good for them. Red Sox are playing 0-0 right now. And Titans and Broncos is 3-3. The Mariners beat the Braves 18-2. Beat the brakes off of them. Golly, that's a football score. I like that Matthew Vaughn commercial. And Owen Wilson. That's funny. It's hilarious to me that Owen Wilson has kept that haircut. I think he kind of outaged that like 20 years ago. So Bowman has a second advantage over John Hunter Nemechek. I don't think that's close. That's narrow too much. Maybe Bowman's fallen back, but still about a second advantage. We have 14 to go in the stage, so Bowman just has to hold on a little longer. He can score a few stage points. I think Owen Wilson outaged his haircut. He still has that long, shaggy bowl cut. It's like, bro, you're old. I thought he looked classy in the Loki TV show, the Marvel show. He played a good character, and he had a short haircut. All right, Larson's closing in on Blaney. And Blaney's closing in on Hamlin. Hamlin's kind of fallen off a little bit. Man. Bell is close to Joey. Bell has a strong car. He has a very strong car. But Joey's just holding up the field right now. They've kind of closed the gap on Bubba. It's the gap shrank 1.3 seconds at least. Yeah, I think Bubba's backing up to the field. Looks like the whole field's kind of closed in a little bit. Even the guys as far back as Bowman and Nemechek, they both gained about 4/10. Woo! Larson up the track. So Blaney, very wide entry. He's probably going to have a great exit here. Blaney holds the position. Very tight racing between those two. All right, Larson's going to point the car down the track. Wash up. He's just missed the quarter panel. Larson needs to try something else out. It seems like if your car is good in that like higher groove, you are really hard to pass. Just very hard to pass. That's how Bowman held fourth for so long. It's just running that upper high groove. Watch that gap between Bowman and Nemechek. 8 to go. 8 to go. So if Bowman can run clean, he should hold 7th place. That'd be huge for him to get even just a few stage points. All right. Man. Blaney's making it hard on Larson. Look at this gap. Bubba. I think Bubba's maybe just managing the gap. But oh my goodness, the 12 around. Dude, the Hendrick guys, or the Chevys really, are out of control today. SVG getting crazy. Chase Elliott taking somebody out. Austin Dillon taking somebody out. And now we have Kyle Larson taking somebody out. Oh my goodness. That's oh my goodness. This is huge. This is huge. This is like, why, Larson? Why? Why would you do that? Just took him out. How, like, it didn't look like he like Larson got loose. I mean, he just kind of washed up the track and got into him. If Blaney can get around Larson again, watch out. Blaney might clean out Larson. Blaney didn't get damage from this, unless it damaged the underbody. Blaney's mad. Blaney's mad. Chase just shoved his way past Blaney there. Yeah, no, Blaney has a temper. Yeah, he's easygoing, but if something doesn't go his way on track, Blanky. You like blankets? Yeah. Blankets are pretty good, you know. I have my fair share of experience with blankets. All right, Bubba off first. Logano second. Hamlin third. Bell fourth. Larson fifth. Sixth. Chastain seventh. Nemechek. So did Bowman stay out there? Or did he pit? Because I think Bowman may have just lost a ton of track position. Had a shot at stage points. He may have just thrown it away. "31st? If this is accurate, what did they do? What happened? Oh my goodness. What did they do? Alex Bowman's pit crew and crew chief should be lined up against a wall and shot. Oh, they messed him up so bad constantly. All right, here we go. Here's a look at that last incident. Larson just gets into him. I mean, did he overdrive the corner? Maybe he did get a little loose there. You can't really see it too well here. That just looks dirty. It was a really weird angle he took into the corner. I don't know if he was just trying to stay on his quarter panel and side draft, and traditionally you do that on the straightaway, not the corner. I don't know. It shouldn't have happened. It should, like, Larson should know better. He should be better. That's funny. I mean, even though Larson's had a great year and Blaney's had a pretty good year, you know, one accident and it could take you out of the playoffs. That's huge. That is absolutely huge. We're on the commercial right now. Let's take a look at our leaderboard, see what's going on. So I know they're scoring Brad first, Dylan second. So I guess they're going to try to hold on maybe to win the stage. Like, I don't really see the play here. Bowman's pit crew hates him. Bowman's pit crew hates him. If I'm Alex Bowman, I'm coming into the pit stall next time and just hitting them like bowling pins. Vehicular manslaughter. Crazy. Crazy. Last week, they started poorly. They qualified poorly. They were working their way, you know, through the field. They have a 40-second pit stop. It ruins his day. Here, he's holding 7th place, possibly going to get stage points in a great position. Pit crew takes him out of it again. No stage points here. That's just ridiculous. And it's so hard. It's been hard to pass here today. So I don't know how Bowman's going to make this work. All right, Bubba back to P1. Looks like Bubba's going to get this stage win here. Larson ran Bell really close. So Bubba taking the stage win. Let's scroll back up. Bubba, Brad, Joey, Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, Austin Dillon, Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, John Hunter Nemechek, and Ross Chastain. So only 2 non-playoff drivers in the top 10. And, I mean, that's huge. Ross Chastain getting a stage point. Even Austin Dillon getting a stage point. Let's see where Bowman finished that stage. 24th. Running 7th. I had a bad feeling about that. When the caution came out, I knew. I cannot catch this net. It's flying around so slowly, too. I'll get it eventually. There's, golly. Alex Bowman's crew is disgusting. A schizophrenia commercial? Yeah, I mean, man, they're just taking him out of it. And, you know, Bowman running up to the playoffs was having some great finishes, had the highest average finish in the 10 races leading up to the start of the playoffs. And just Daytona didn't go well. Darlington hasn't gone well. This race was going better. But stupid playoff system. Gonna get him eliminated round 1. But what I was trying to say is, especially towards the beginning of the summer stretch, Bowman's team couldn't give him a good car. They gave him tractors every week, just absolutely plowing. And, you know, he may not have the best car today, but he was able to hold 7th there on old tires. And they just messed him up on pit road. There's not much you can do about that. If you're Bowman, like, what? I don't see Bowman recovering a ton of positions. If he can somehow finish with the top 10, it would be a huge day for him. But he's missed out on stage points here. And it really hurts. Lucky for him, SVG also had a bad day, or is having a bad day, and Barry's out of the race. So he really just has to beat a couple guys. Let's see. How many stage points did Austin Dillon get? They've already updated the positions. Few guys down pit lane. Brad Keselowski on pit road. I think I saw Hocevar maybe. Bowman back on pit road. Not a bad call. Not a bad call. Come in, top up with fuel, maybe make an adjustment. I mean, when you're that far back, you really have nothing to lose coming down pit road. With the exception, sometimes when you're further back in the pack, you get caught up in someone else's accident. So it can be dangerous towards the tail end of the field. There's not really a tire advantage pitting there. But they will be able to stop shorter. If they have to stop towards the tail end of the stage, they will be able to take a little less fuel. So it might save them some time on pit road. I think it's going to take a lot to get Bowman back up there. All right, while we're on a commercial, I'm going to step away to the men's room. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Brock Lesnar's trending. What did Brock Lesnar do? Bruh. You guys can't see what I'm talking about. They're replaying Bill Murray's command. That's pretty awesome. So Motorsport just posted. First, it was Chase Elliott into Josh Berry. Now it's Kyle Larson into Ryan Blaney. Hendrick Motorsports isn't making many friends today. And Byron got into Hocevar. Didn't cause an accident, but they did make contact. Crazy. Apparently, Bill Murray's still there at the track. Usually, when you have a special grand marshal or whoever's gonna, drop the flag, they just leave. And so it's like, oh, cool, we have this celebrity there. Great. And then they're there for 5 seconds. Cool that Bill Murray's, stayed around. Think that's pretty neat. Points earned today. Larson has 16. Wallace has 15. Hamlin 12. Briscoe 10. Byron has a few. Bowman none. All right, Joey Logano starting on the inside. Bubba Wallace on the outside. 94 laps to go. All right, we're coming around for the restart. I need to start working on my overlay. So Wallace back to the lead. Larson to P2. Logano back to P3. And Bowman back in 30th. Good night. I guess they came back in, but I mean, they did lose, what, 6 positions? It definitely has been an eventful race. We make a few laps, we have a caution. Make a couple dozen laps, another caution. Without the Hendrick cars, this... Oh my goodness, it's going to be another caution. That's a caution. There we go. Caution on the speedway. Another caution. Let's stack them back up. Let's stack them back up. Not Byron. Bowman may as well just come back down pit road if he wants to top off with more fuel. I don't know if it would help him. Yeah, I mean, might as well. Just do it. You're already back there in 30th. You have nothing to lose. Oh, 29th now. That's how they've scored currently. Ross Chastain. Oh, there's a turn 3. I thought, or no, the 1 sign? Thought they were saying something came off of Chastain's car, but I guess that was the turn 1 sign. Or something. Something with a 1 on it. That's crazy. They're talking about the 3? The 3 sign? That's the sign I use as my brake marker when I'm running a NASCAR heat. I hate Gateway in NASCAR heat. I am terrible here. Yeah, after the race, we will be doing our post-race, I guess. Oh, wow. We've crossed 15,000 watch hours. YouTube just sent me that update. All right, under commercial again because of the caution. I wonder if anyone came down to take advantage of that. And Briscoe back in 33rd. He may have come down pit road. Good heavens. He's back. Way back there. Behind Cody Ware currently. Ty Dillon's gotten back on the lead lap. With all these cautions. SVG 18th. Not really the day he needs. He was running higher early in the race. So if you guys want to join us in the post-race show, you can actually call in on Discord. If anyone wants to call in. Last week we didn't. We actually had one person try to call in. And I didn't. They tried to call me. Usually I call the other person. All right, let me add that to the chat. All right, Bowman back down pit road. This is exactly the strategy he needs. I need to get myself one of those Ally 48 hats. All right, we'll see. Wallace is probably going to take the outside. I guess Larson will probably go to the inside. That's what he's been doing. It'll be interesting to see where Hamlin lines up. If he goes to the outside or takes the inside behind Larson. And how much will he help Larson? Because I don't think he would want to shove Larson past his teammate or past his car that he owns. Pseudo teammate. All right, Elliott's on the cut line, but he's 20 points to the good. Alex Bowman is 49 points under the cut line. Good heavens. Good heavens. At one point in this race, Bowman was 4 under the cut line, and that is falling apart. So Bowman probably going to be in a win in the end. Did you miss anything? There was a piece of debris on the track. We had another caution come out. Bowman came back down pit road because he might as well. He's way back in the back of the pack anyway. Now Bowman scored 50 under the cut line. Even better. So they put the brake marker back out. That's cool that it's actually in the game, like it is in real life. Because I use that number 3 sign as my brake point. Doesn't help me very much. Bubba missed a shift or something. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. The one restart, Larson doesn't take the inside. Bubba spins the tires or misses a shift, or he did something. And Larson's just going to lose a ton of positions here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. SVG around. Into the wall. This is huge. Huge for Bowman. Now, will Bowman come back down pit road? Another caution. Cautions breed cautions. I can't believe Bubba just did that. That is insane. And Larson's been taking the inside every time. And this one time, he goes behind Bubba to try to get that outside lane. And Bubba just misses the start. I don't know what happened. Hopefully they explain it. That was just embarrassing. been controlling the race for the last whole stage, and you miss a restart like that. Ooh, I think Byron might have gotten into the wall there. Stuck in gear. That's what Lee Diffie just said. Crazy stuff. Yeah, you can hear it. You can hear it. He reached that top of the rev. He went to shift and he just had it pegged. All right, Bubba coming down pit road. Kyle Larson coming down pit road. Along with Austin Cindric. Classy. Classy. Bubba Wallace just said, apologize to the 5. Classy radio call there. That's impressive. Thinking of the guy behind you. You know, Bubba and Larson, they've had some spots in the past. So, you know, that's pretty cool that they're chill about that. Or at least Bubba is. I wonder if Bowman stayed out there. Because he could have gained a few positions there. And he has, you know, pit in the last stop, so. All right, Bowman did stay out. All right, let's see if we have any other replays. Any other highlights. No, not really anything new currently. There's a lot of people mad at Larson. This is a crazy image. I'll show this. 30 years ago today, first ever NASCAR truck race at Richmond. That's wild to see. The 5 truck painted up in the Rainbow Warrior colors. That is wild. I loved the initial years of the truck series because a lot of the trucks were painted like the Cup cars. And so that was pretty neat. And the trucks just look great. I mean, that looks tough. Nowadays, if you put a NASCAR truck next to a actual truck, you know, an F-150, it looks tiny in comparison. So that sign that NASCAR worked to put back up, it fell off again, according to William Byron and Tyler Reddick. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. They tried. NASCAR tried. Apparently it didn't work. Get back to our leaderboard. So Larson had to come back down pit road for apparently the rear diffuser flap. Why? Why did the flap deploy? These stupid diffusers. Remove the underbody completely. We don't need it. They need to completely redesign this car. Oh my goodness. I don't know if that was the 19 or the 3, but somebody was about to lose it there. I guess that was Briscoe. All over the place. Hamlin to the lead. Logano second. We have Nemechek. Elliott to fourth. Buescher in fifth. Now Elliott scored third. Now he's back to fourth. Let's see if they can solve this, settle it. All right, Elliott trying to go to the outside. That brings Buescher into the conversation. We have a 3-car battle for third. All right, Bowman up to 17th. We'll see where they score him once it updates. 13th, a gain of 4 positions. Good job, Bowman. Good job. It's going to take a lot of things to go his way, but if the cautions fall or don't fall, he could possibly get a good finish. I probably just jinxed him. Watch out for Blaney. So this may have worked out well for Larson actually falling back through the field, because now Blaney can't take him out. Keep an eye on that. If Larson gets back up there, I would love to see how Blaney races him. Kyle Busch running 9th right now. Highest he's been all day. I think Briscoe's probably about to make the pass, though. Kyle has good average finishes here at Gateway. Just this RCR car is holding it back. Look at that, Ty Gibbs up there running top 5. Don't see that often. Bowman up to 12th. Ross running back in 18th. A lot of good cars towards the rear. Reddick, Cindric, Larson, Byron, Wallace, Chastain. Good recovery for Briscoe. All right, Kyle Busch back to P10. They are fighting hard back through the field. Larson scored 23rd right now. Back there in a wasp nest. Absolute wasp nest. Oof, 33 is going to help out the 16 here. Interesting. Interesting. All right, so it was on the restart where Kyle Larson got that damage to his diffuser. Interesting. Bowman holding in 12th. He hasn't really moved up. See if he can get around Gregson here. All right, 68 laps to go. Sounds like they're going to commercial. As they run, Denny Hamlin leads. So we have 3 playoff drivers at the front of the pack. Ty Gibbs in 4th, Christopher Bell 5th, Ryan Blaney 7th, 9th, Chase Briscoe, and the next playoff car is Alex Bowman in 11th. So he has gotten around Gregson. Now, can Bowman run down Kyle Busch now? He's about a half second back. Briscoe moving up through the field. Interesting. Now, these guys, so Bowman and Keselowski are on the same pit strategy, and I think Briscoe's pretty close to them in pit strategy. So if this race runs long, they may be able to stay out. So watch these two and these two as they run towards the end of the race. And if Larson can gain the ground, you know, he's just pit, so he can probably make it to the end as well. I guess Wallace probably could too. I think he pit around the same time Larson did. Interesting, a triple header at Talladega. I don't know if I would be willing to miss a college football Saturday, but that's tempting. That's tempting. Trucks and Xfinity. Hamlin and P1. Well, I know there's a few people out there that are happy. Bowman's now a second behind Busch, right? Or no? No, it's still a half second back. They've just both fallen off. Yes, I am aware. I go to Talladega pretty much every year. I think I've only missed 2 or 3 years since 2005. So I am a Talladega faithful. I've always wanted to stay Saturday night to see them race at the Talladega short track, or dirt track, whatever. But never done that. Never done that. After the Saturday race ends, I usually just head home. Tired. All right, Byron's trying to make the pass on Wallace. Wallace is making it hard. Logano's closing in here. Could we see a pass for the lead? Hamlin's going to make it hard. And if Logano gets the lead, it's going to be hard to pass him. The king of aero blocking. Man. All right, Logano's going to have a good run here. All right, he has it back down to 2/10. Now, what happens in 3 and 4 here? Is he going to wash up the track? All right, the battle for the lead staying pretty consistent. Hard to pass. It's going to take a faster car to break through that bubble of air, or lack thereof. Still a long way to go, so they don't need to be using up their stuff here. But I think all these drivers towards the front, they're gonna have to stop again. So, you know, you want to be the first guy on your strategy. Man. Hamlin's fallen off a couple tenths. Not Hamlin, Logano. Logano's fallen off a couple tenths from Hamlin. If this strategy plays out, Bowman might be able to steal a good finish here. Tyler Reddick's having brake issues right now. Reddick's fallen off quite a bit. Only 30 points to the good on that cut line. He can't really lose that many more positions, so he's not in a ton of danger here. Elliott was on the cut line earlier in the race. Now he's up to 9th in the points. So as they run, it looks like next week, the last position in the playoffs is going to come down to Bowman, Cindric, and SVG. Yeah, I didn't... Yeah, Jared, you've been seeing the Battlefield 6 shorts. I didn't record too much gameplay from Battlefield 6. I wish I had, because I had some really good clips, but usually when I was in the moment, having the clips, getting, you know, huge kill streaks, I wasn't sitting there spamming the record. And I just had my game bar set to record 30 seconds of gameplay. So those are the few clips I got. I think I have a couple more that I could share, but yeah, definitely going to be checking out Battlefield 6 in a month. And right after NASCAR 25 comes out. So that's exciting. Let's take a look. We have a replay of that SVG spin. They cut away from that camera angle right as SVG went around. Not the day he needed. All right, I'll be back, guys. Yeah, that's going to be an expensive week for me. NASCAR 25 and Battlefield 6 both coming out the same week. But I'm probably going to be playing a ton of both games. Battlefield 6, playing it with the boys. Maybe not streaming as much. But NASCAR 25, we're going to be streaming the whole career. All right, we're back from commercial. We'll pull this down. So Briscoe coming down pit road for the final stop of his day. This will shake up the running order as they start to pit. The gap between Hamlin and Logano, it stayed pretty consistent. So Briscoe going with a 2-tire stop there. That kind of strategy could be make or break. All right, Hamlin coming down pit road. They're saying Hamlin was probably saving gas there. Next gen car, you know, you can save fuel from the lead and not get passed. I love that. All right, sounds like they're going to make either an air pressure adjustment or maybe a wedge adjustment for Hamlin. Said he was a bit loose, so it'd be interesting to see if they make a change here. I guess maybe they just went with air pressure. I didn't see any work on the back of the car. All right, 22 also down. No, Chase Elliott cycles to the lead. He will not be able to stay out. I think out of the cars that are on track, Bowman's the only one that could possibly make it. And without a caution, I don't even know if he can make it. He may try to run long and just hope for a caution. That may be his one shot. Well, Denny back in front of Logano. Denny's crew did their job. Briscoe ahead of both of them. How about that? 2-tire stop paying off there. Man, running long here. If Bowman has to stop, this is going to hurt him a lot. If there's a, you know, any measure of tire fall off. They're definitely running faster. Keselowski's gotten back around Bowman. That's huge. That is absolutely massive. So now Keselowski's the first one on that strategy. Could this be Keselowski's day? Probably not, but we'll see. Chastain down pit road. Chase Elliott, Christopher Bell. Riley Herbst completed his stop. A little slow. All taking 4. So none of these guys are gambling like Briscoe did. Chase Elliott also taking 4. Now Hamlin is making ground up on Briscoe. So this 2-tire stop not delivering the intended results. It's going to be very interesting to see how these strategies play off or play out. Oh, Hunter White. I'm sorry. Sorry. Did not mean to ignore you. Oh, we're just chilling, watching the race. After the race, we'll be doing our post-race coverage. I have it set to redirect, so you guys don't have to make any adjustments. If you just leave the stream on, it should automatically load you guys into the post-race stream. And if anyone wants to call in, just contact us through the Discord and give you guys a couple minutes to share your thoughts. All right, Hamlin trying to make the pass on Briscoe. Briscoe's not going to make it easy, even though he's locked in already. You know, They may be, you know, burning their stuff up racing this hard. Logano just riding around behind him. Maybe saving some extra stuff for the end of this run. One caution could shake all of this up. Weather warning will delay start of second half between Titans Broncos. Interesting. Carlos Alcaraz winning the U.S. Open. Hamlin tried to set a pick on Briscoe. It didn't work. This is crazy stuff. Seeing these guys work through the field. 27 seconds back. I don't think they can make up. I mean, maybe they can make up 20 seconds. Blaney and Bowman. So Bowman is stopping. Oh. Ah. Bowman's one shot was to stay out. So now Bowman, as soon as he gets back on the track, he needs a caution. They only took two in a splash. So where is he going to come out? They're running 34-second stops, so he will lose positions here. The strategy did not work out for Bowman. Oh my goodness. That's going to bring out a caution. Oh my goodness. That may have just killed Bowman's chances. That may work out for him, but I just scored 18th currently. Collins just rode the wall. He knew it wasn't going to be able to turn. Smart move. Sometimes guys will overreact and try to make the corner, and that is never the right thing to do. Brake failure. A lot of brake failures with this next-gen car. I don't know if that would have helped Bowman out or not if he had stayed out. I guess it might be better that he had already hit pit road, but how far did he fall back? Bowman 27th. I don't think the tire differential is going to be big enough, and he only took two, so maybe he should pit again. He'll gain a handful of positions here, so he's only maybe scored around 10th. If everyone from 16th up pits. All right, under caution again. Let's go ahead and look at our Twitters and see if we have any updates on the highlights or Any good tweets? Yeah, we'll just see what people are saying. People still mad at Kyle Larson. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Alex Bowman too fast on pit road. They possibly had strategy working in their favor, and now it's not. Oh my goodness. Bowman had a chance, and he sunk it there. I hate seeing him struggle. I mean, man. This all stems from the pit crew earlier with the slow stop. He found himself up front. Could be running up front still. Titans Broncos back underway. Wow. Right in the middle of a commercial, they went to another commercial. Have my notepad out. Time to take some notes. See if we have any replays yet from NASCAR on that last caution. Yep. They have a very low quality gif of Ty Dillon riding the wall there. Ross Chastain moment. Under commercial here. We'll see, you know, sometimes late in the race, cautions will breed more cautions. So let's see if they can run clean to the end. Let's go ahead and pull our leaderboard back up. Or do they have Bowman scored? So after serving his penalty, he's going to restart 26th. He could have been a lot further forward. Yeah, where's Denny restarting? He would have been around the top 10. Huge penalty for Bowman. That's crazy. Chase Elliott has passed Dale Earnhardt Jr. in starts in Cup Series for Hendrick. That's wild. Jr. has 340 and Elliott has 350 now. That's a crazy graphic. All right, we're restarting this time. We will restart with 25 laps to go. Keselowski starting with the lead. No way he holds that. Oh my goodness. Like, Keselowski stayed out? For what? Track position? They think they can make it? Like, this is wild. Bowman's going to need a whale of an effort to get back into the top 10. I don't see it happening. All right, Hamlin to the lead. Briscoe looks like he's probably going to get to second place here. All right, Chase Elliott into P3. Keselowski continues to fall back through the field. Man. Bowman only, up to 28th. Hasn't really gained anything on this restart. Oh my goodness. Joey was right on the quarter panel of Keselowski. He continues to fall through the field. Does anyone remember what lap stage 2 ended? I think it was 45 laps for the first one, 75 for the second. All right, 18 to go. caution, Denny might have this wrapped up. We're going to have 2 JGR cars locked into the next round. Anything can happen. There's still a lot of time, but the laps are winding down. Bowman's only gained 1 position since we last checked. That's rough. Still behind SVG. It is just not going his way. Golly. Out of these cars towards the front. Blaney might have the best chance of getting up to Hamlin. The 19's hard to beat. Hard to get around, even on these old tires. That's product of this next-gen racing. Blaney looking to the inside of Elliott. Chase may need to just let Blaney go. And if Blaney can get Briscoe out of the groove, he may be able to take advantage of it. That's frustrating. All right, 13 to go. The laps are winding down. Horrible day for Bowman. He's going to win in your end next week. Garbage day for him. He had a chance to be running up here in the top 10 and sped on pit road. He had a chance. And he would have been up front anyway if they didn't have the slow pit stop earlier. Chase got a pretty good run off that corner. They were expecting Blaney to close in there. Chase had a great exit. Not able to make up ground on Briscoe. I mean, there's just this wake of air behind him. These guys aren't able to make up ground on him, even though he has older tires. You know, Briscoe took 2. All right, Bowman up 1 more position. It's not going to help him. He's still behind SVG. I mean, he's done. There's no way Bowman makes up enough positions to make today matter. All right, 9 laps to go. No one's catching Denny. It's going to take a caution. They can't get around Briscoe. It's over. To pass in this next-gen car, there has to be a huge speed disparity. One car has to be falling off for another guy to make a pass. Bell looking to the inside of Wallace. So Briscoe's already locked in. So, you know, him running in second, it's a great day for Briscoe, but he is doing his teammate a favor here by holding up Elliott and Blaney. I think Blaney's getting held up the most out of all of these guys. Bell able to clear Wallace. Looks like we're looking at a Denny Hamlin win. Yippee. Yippee. Yeah. Tiberia Media Entertainment. That is right. I mean, like, no one can get around Briscoe. These guys can't pass. I think Blaney might have the fastest car right now, and he can't even get around Elliott. Elliott should be faster than Briscoe. He can't make that pass either. It's just there has to be a huge speed differential for someone to actually make a pass. And usually it's not a guy running someone down. It's whoever's in front. Their car is poor handling. That's usually why a pass is made. Well, we have two JGR cars locked into the next round. Good for all the Hamlin fans, but for everyone else, kind of rough. Terrible day for Bowman fans. He had a miserable day.
White flag. 1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank.
White flag. 1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank. Matt Patel said, "Holy cornball." My audio just cut out. Oh, yeah. The whole stream is... Apparently, they don't want me to see Denny Hamlin win. All right. Hamlin takes the win. How about that? Good win for Denny. Bad race for everyone else. Not a bad race, but not a great day. Yeah, Bowman only able to score 26th behind SVG. the lowest running playoff driver. You know, Josh Berry was out of the race. Garbage day for Bowman. All right, we'll let this play for a second. Yep. Yeah, Hamlin's kind of disappointing for me. I'm not a Hamlin fan, but I know there's a lot out here. We actually had a few Hamlin fans in the chat earlier, so they're happy, but I'm sure not a lot of other people are. You know, NASCAR is unique. You know, 40 guys out there at the max, and, you know, you can be a fan of, or one of them can be your favorite. So if any of the other guys win, you're a little disappointed. Usually, you know, if you're a football fan, basketball, baseball, whatever, your team on paper has a 50% chance to win. They're either going to win or they're going to lose. If Denny will get in the championship 4 race, that's going to be a funny thing. It would be hilarious to see him choke another one. I actively root for that. This is like a Jeff Gordon tier burnout. This is horrible. These tires must have not had a ton of like degradation, because this burnout took a while to get any good smoke. All right, now it's better. It started out really bad. How about that? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to open up our post-race coverage. So if you guys want to call in and share your thoughts, go ahead and look at the pinned comment or this comment. Go ahead and join our Discord and send us a message. You guys can call in and share your thoughts on the race, ask questions, whatever you want. Give you guys a couple minutes for that. And you don't have to do anything. You can, you know, keep it right here. Once this stream ends, you will automatically be redirected to our post-race coverage. So we'll go ahead and end things here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully I'll see you guys over on the post-race coverage. And we'll recap the race and hopefully look at our points, our point standings. See how that goes. So hope to see you guys in the next one.